If you follow this blueprint in detail, there's no reason why you can't hit 10 to 20K months. Working a 9-to-5 job is hard. I get it. You can't stand your boss or your teammates. You have to travel to and from work every single day. You come home exhausted and you really only have energy to sit there and lay in bed and watch Netflix until 1 a.m. every night, only to repeat the same exact cycle day in and day out for the rest of the week. It feels like it's almost impossible to escape from the hamster wheel that you're on, let alone try to start an online business and get rich while working your 9-to-5 job. But do you know what's even harder than trying to get rich while working your 9-to-5 job? Staying exactly where you're at right now. You're not where you want to be and you're yearning for a better life because you know that your life could and should be 100 times better than it is right now. And that's why in this video, I'm going to be revealing the step-by-step blueprint that I use while working my 9-to-5 job to build a purpose-driven online business that I love, making 30 to 50 grand per month with high-ticket coaching. This can also be translated to any other digital product or service. All right, so let's just go ahead and hop right in. If you are starting completely from zero, you don't have a business, you may not even know what your niche is, and we're typically looking at 3 to 6 months to get you profitable depending on your current knowledge and skill sets. We can typically see at least 10 to 20K months within that time frame as long as you're diligently working on your business and you clearly understand the fundamentals of business, which I can teach you some here. First thing that I want to start off with is limiting beliefs and mindset. Everyone always wants to skip past this topic because they think they don't need it, but the truth is that they do. You have a lot of blind spots that you don't think you have. If you don't believe that you can make 6 and 7 figures in your business, even starting an online business at all, or just self-doubt in general, then you're not going to be successful. Step 1 here, educate yourself. You need to equip yourself with the knowledge that is going to get your business to a successful place. There's a plethora of knowledge online. There's courses, workshops, books, resources tailored for aspiring entrepreneurs all over the internet. Knowledge is your armor against the fear of the unknown. Next thing is connect with like-minded individuals for support. It could be an online Facebook community, it could be a Discord group. There are so many different communities on the internet with growing or aspiring entrepreneurs that are on a similar journey as you. But you want to make sure that you're surrounded by like-minded people. A lot of times our friends and family, a lot of times they'll say, hey, get a real job, or why are you doing something like that? They will doubt whether or not we're going to be successful, and that's not helpful for what you're trying to do, especially because you're doing something that's a little bit less traditional than what people are used to. They're typically going to criticize it, and that's okay. But if you're surrounding yourself with a group of people that are like-minded and they're on the same journey, then they'll be your support system. Their experiences, their successes, and their failures can also serve as valuable lessons for you on your journey. Another thing is embracing failure as a teacher. It doesn't matter if maybe you had a client call and it didn't go so well, or you were trying to sell a course and no one bought it. It doesn't mean you're a failure. That just means that somewhere along the lines of your process or your business did not work. Take that failure as a lesson and make sure that you're trying to pinpoint exactly where something broke down. For instance, if you're selling a course and you have a funnel, what part of the funnel are you seeing people drop off at? Are they hitting your landing page but they're not actually clicking or dropping an email address or whatever it is that your call to action is? Figure out exactly where your process is breaking down and fine tune that. It's not about failing, it's just you learning from building a new business and doing something that you've never done before. You have to crawl before you can walk. Just remember that every misstep is a lesson in disguise. Instead of fearing failure, view it as a stepping stone to refining your strategies. And the last thing is automating and outsourcing as much as you possibly can. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, it's almost impossible for you to do every single thing imaginable in a business. So your best bet is to either leverage the money that you have already from your 9-to-5 job to hire a VA to do the things that you don't want to or don't have time to do, and then find other systems or software or AI solutions to do a lot of the work for you. Have other systems in place to, for instance, you don't want to have ChatGPT writing scripts for you because it just sounds ridiculous, but it can help you with idea generation. It can help you with information. It can help you with research. So there are a lot of ways that you can leverage AI, other systems to help you and to make your work a lot more efficient. Step number 2, if you have not found your niche already, is finding the perfect niche. I always recommend to anyone that's starting off an online business to not go along with what everyone else is doing, which is don't start an AI automation agency, don't start a drop shipping store, don't start a clothing store, don't sell shit on Amazon. What you want to do is find something that you're already good at, something that you're already passionate about, and something that you actually enjoy doing, and build your business around that. Get creative with it. I like to use the Ikigai formula. If you haven't heard of this before, it's a Japanese term, means reason for living. There are 4 different sections to this: passion, mission, profession, vocation, and then needs, love, good at, and paid for. You want to do something that you love, are good at, something you can be paid for, and something that the world needs in combination. Whatever you've chosen as your niche is hitting on all of these points, then you know that you're in a good place. You know that this is probably going to be something that's pretty profitable for you if you frame it up the right way. Don't just start any business, start one that's aligned with your purpose, passions, and intentions. Step number 3 is market research. After choosing the right niche, it's important to do market research to understand the market that you're in. What products or services are already out there in your market? Who are your competitors? What are they doing wrong or right? What price level are their products selling at currently? And what will be your unique selling point that differentiates your business from your competitors? When you're doing your market research, you want to make sure that whatever your idea is something that the market actually wants or reciprocates. Don't sell something to someone that doesn't want it. It just doesn't make sense. And I see a lot of people doing that all the time. When you're in the market research phase, this is where you kind of overstep roadblocks that you would have hit later on in your journey by doing your research ahead of time. Step number 4 is productization. Productization essentially involves taking a skill or service that has been used internally and developing it into a standard, fully tested and packaged marketed product. In order to start a business, you need a minimum viable product to sell to your customers, right? What problem are you trying to solve with your product or service? Who are you solving it for? How are you going to package it up? Is it going to be a digital product, an online course, coaching, physical product, content creation? What's your business? How are you packaging this up to sell it to or give it to other people? And then how are you going to deliver it? Same thing. What price point are you going to sell it at? By doing your market research in the previous step, this should already pretty much be defined, but just to give you an added layer, if you have other competitors in the same market, you want your product to be at least in the top 1% price range. If you've positioned yourself properly on the market, making sure that your product is so different that it can't really be compared to other people. If someone's trying to compare your pricing against another one of your competitors, it's going to be hard for them to say, well, this person is doing XYZ thing and this product has these things in it. I don't even know how to compare them because they're so different. That's going to help you with your pricing, making sure that you are unique on the market and that your product stands out on its own. Find a starving market and feed them with your product. Creating a marketing plan. This is where we really get down to strategy. We want to understand how we're going to get eyes on our product and what the language is that we need to use in order to sell it properly. Planning is the blueprint for success in this business. Without it, even the best businesses can fail. Most people tend to have a really unrealistic expectation of building a product and then it automatically having a ton of customers to buy. It just doesn't happen that way. That couldn't be further from reality. Unless you already have an existing audience, which most people don't if you're starting from zero, and no one even knows about your product. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you're selling. And you're going to have to implement a marketing strategy to help you find those customers and bring in sales to your business. The first thing is define your ideal client or your customer profile. Defining who the perfect person is to buy your product. If you're, for instance, selling a weight loss strategy or coaching, then your ideal customer is probably just going to be someone that's overweight in a certain age range. Another thing is don't sell a product to a market that can't afford it. You don't want to sell $10,000 product to 23-year-old. Likely they're just coming out of college or they're still living with their parents. They don't have that kind of money. So make sure that whatever your price range is for your product, your customer profile, your avatar should be able to afford something high-end if you're selling something high-end versus someone that would be able to buy a product that's $5 a month, like a subscription service. A college student could probably afford that, right? So just make sure that those things are matching up when you're building your customer profile. And then in terms of building an organic conversion focused funnel, having a lead magnet that gets people to sign up on a landing page, you provide them with some form of content or something that would be helpful for whatever problem it is that they're trying to solve for themselves. In exchange for that, you get their email address, and now you can then market your products to them after that. These type of funnels can be built in any myriad of ways, but that's just an example of one. You always want to have at least, at the very minimum, an organic sales funnel. Second is create a strategic partnership and work with affiliates. If you have other partnerships with other people that are within your niche or slightly adjacent to their niche, for instance, if you sell software and you've got another business that is helping other people grow their businesses, maybe they could utilize your software, create a partnership with them. You can refer people to them and vice versa. That's just another added income stream, but it's very helpful when you can leverage someone else's audience to help you build yours. Building an email marketing strategy is extremely important. I can't stress this enough. I have so many clients that have an email list that they don't use. We start leveraging their email list. All of a sudden, they just start making money. Why? Because these people have already bought into you. Most of the time, if if you've got a highly nurtured audience, or if you've some way or another touched these people, they know who you are, they like you, they trust you, that's just further nurturing, and you're able to sell your products to those people much easier than it is to go out into a cold market. Make sure that you have a way to nurture the leads that you're getting via your lead magnets or anywhere else where you're collecting email addresses. And the last thing is creating a paid traffic funnel to help you consistently get people looking at your product and you getting new leads that you can then bring into your world and show them what you're all about, build trust, and then eventually sell to them when the time is right. I can't stress enough, if you're running an online business and you're completely relying on organic, the algorithm changes, your content stops being pushed out to other people, and now all of a sudden you're not getting sales. Just very unpredictable. Whereas if you actually have a paid traffic funnel, this is just a consistent monthly reoccurring revenue that'll come in. As long as you've fine-tuned your process of client acquisition, you will consistently see a return on your investment. Now, it does take some learning. You need to understand marketing fundamentally, and you need to understand how to run ads well, not just throwing stuff at the wall, but it does work and it is consistent. I don't care how many people say that you shouldn't do it. I've had clients that we built ads for them and they ran it with like $5 a day. It's not even that expensive. They were consistently getting leads and making more and more money off of those leads. It was insane. I would recommend it. Now we get to the execution. Is the bridge between strategy and results. This is where we can talk strategy all day, but if you're not actually taking action, then you're not going to see change. Make sure that you're planning and actually executing on all of these steps. Your plan for success, this is really the key things that I see help businesses the most when they are trying to transition out of a 9-to-5 job. Of course, you have other work and other demands. There's a lot, right? It's a balancing act. You need to carve out specific and consistent time blocks for your business and become laser focused on accomplishing the highest value tasks in your business. That's really going to help you grow. Risk of inconsistency. Infrequent or sporadic efforts can oftentimes lead to missed opportunities, confused branding, and a lack of customer trust. People want to know that you're consistent if they're going to buy from you. If you have a product or service that you are selling to other people, they don't want to see you disappearing for weeks at a time only to come back again and start posting off and on. That's losing trust in a customer's eyes. So consistency helps maintain and build momentum, and it also ensures that your business doesn't stagnate or lose ground. Roadblocks and self-reflection. Continuous reflection enables entrepreneurs to recognize growth areas, ensuring both personal and professional evolution. By regularly reflecting, one can identify and rectify internal barriers hindering their success. Addressing and removing limiting beliefs and self-doubt will pave the way for increased confidence and decisive actions. How can you see or understand what your blind spots are without ever taking the time to actually do the self-reflection? Think about your business has been stagnant. How have you been feeling lately? What are you doing or not doing in your life? What external factors or even internal factors could be causing yourself to stagnate in your business? Your business is a reflection of you. Make sure that you're actually reflecting on the growth, because if you're running a one-person business, the problem is probably going to be you. Make sure that you're paying attention to those things. Lastly, skill evolution. Continuous learning is the key to maintaining a competitive edge. Whether you're learning from a mentor, taking online courses, or coaching, regularly upskilling ensures that as an entrepreneur, you're well equipped to tackle the new challenges and quickly seize new opportunities. We want to make sure that we're consistently learning, we're consistently diving into not just new strategies, but fine-tuning the ones that we're currently working on or working with. If you notice that you have any skill gaps, like with copywriting or marketing or sales, if you're not closing on sales calls effectively, if you have low margins or percentages on your KPIs, how can we improve those? That's really just you understanding where it is that you have gaps and where you need to grow within your business and within yourself. So after sharing all of this, I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you were able to gain a lot of information from this. If you are really ready to make a change and want to start growing a business or scaling it, I have some free consultation slots only for the month of November, and I'm only taking a few. You can sign up to book a call with me. We'll be going over strategy, and you'll be able to take at least a 90-day strategy home with you. That's a blueprint on exactly what you need to do to either build, grow, or scale your business. So if you're interested, link is in bio.